Hi, how are everybody doing today? I hope your day starts out right. I hope some of you watching this video tonight, I hope you had a good day. I really do. I'm going to start out with Lou Dobbs at Fox Network. Whatever happened to him? Does anybody know? Did they have a falling out? Fox have kind of been sly. They kind of showed their true colors during the election. Like a fox. You expect anything less from a fox than being like a fox? Well, anyway, Lou Dobbs is gone from the Fox network. And where's all the big guys like Tucker Carlson or Sean Hannity? Why aren't they? Hey, you fire Lou, you're going to have to fire all of us. And then they could be that Democratic, the Dems network that they always wanted to be. They could even get in Stephanopoulos or somebody in there. But where? What? I hate to judge them. None of us are perfect. We're all sinners. But Tucker Carlson, come on, use some of your influence and give us back Lou Dobbs or Sean Hannity. Just tell them, hey, you don't like him, you don't like us. Whatever happened to that big speech? That if you allow others to go down, then soon they'll be coming for us. Soon they'll be coming for us. Where's all that? Where's all that muscle? Are you guys really that weak? Or maybe you don't like Lou Dobbs. Was he opinionated? Maybe. Just come out with it. Come on. Why? What was wrong with Lou Dobbs? Come on. Too much pro-Trump? Maybe, I don't know. Has this been orchestrated? Maybe they're just giving them a vacation. Maybe until Trump gets back in there in office. Maybe that's the whole plan. Trump is coming back in about 4 years. He's just taking a vacation. You wonder who was the one that tampered with the elections that now we got a czar for 4 years. A Caesar, authoritarian, I can't say the word.
Authoritarian.
But anyway, authoritarian. This is a speech class. But anyway, he has authority over people with all those executive orders. Now, were they just taking a vacation? They're gone off golfing somewhere. And they're taking their vacation, and they know one thing, that if you give the Dems, this is how Lou Dobbs says, Dems for Democrat, I call it Democrats, but the Dems, you give them a little bit of time, and they'll just destroy themselves. They're paranoid people. They've fed Antifa and Black Lives Matter. They fed the mobs, and now the mobs are getting restless. They want something. They need a bone to chew on, and they're going to attack their owner, and they're going to gobble them up. And pretty soon, everybody's going to say the Democrats can't do anything. It's just I think that's why some of them voted for the Democrats, because they can't do anything. But I say they do stuff, and it's always in a downward mode. It's more the teaching of hell. And more the implements of hell doctrine. More abortions, more killing, more murder, more soldiers dying on the battlefield. They're out there to kill, steal, and destroy. Hey, steal. Did somebody? I'll get back to that. Did somebody steal the election? That's what I like to know. I saw this video, a banned video. I think it was bannedvideo.com. But I saw this video where it really more or less suggested that AI had something to do with stealing of the election. That if you look at statistical facts and evidence, you'll see that there was a slow increment, of changing of votes or giving of votes, and it happened, I think by use of a supercomputer. And who has access to that? The former White House. So do you think maybe Trump had something to do with that? He wants to make America great again. He doesn't care if he gets a vacation. But, like QAnon, people, there's a plan. And maybe he had a plan to do some more golfing and just wait until the people, if I use that word, clamor for him to come back. Please come back. We'll pay you a salary this time, Mr. Trump. Just come back and be our president. Oh, everything has gone to hell. Yeah, and that could be. Trump was the demise of his own self, and now he gets the worst lawyers to do his impeachment trial. You can't help it. Poor Trump. Poor Trump. And then I go to Sludge News. Drudge, sludge, it kind of rhymes. And this is one of their little links that they have. Convict Trump or face dire democracy damage. And then it goes on, the next one. Republicans see trial ending shot at future office. Oh, it's so bad. Trump's so bad that they will never have, Republicans will never, at least I think that's the way the article goes, but Trump will, no Republican will ever have a chance in there again. Maybe Trump will come back not as a Republican. I know I'm an independent voter now. I'm not going to be a Republican. Look at those mealy mouth, these weaklings in the Congress. You look at them. Well, there's a few good ones, but, you could join up just because of a few good ones. Like you're going to be watching Fox Network just because you got a few good ones, Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity. That's the two. Or, so maybe a few of the other ones. No, it's getting into like Drudge became Sludge and Fox is becoming more mired in blackness and darkness. It's something you don't really want to watch or support. Now maybe these guys will go on to another network. Maybe they'll find some other network to go on to, and they could be more powerful than they ever had before with all the restrictions that they have at Fox. But anyway, if you take Sludge Report, you look at the news, all you got to do is take the opposite of what they say, What's that? Republicans see trial ending shot of future office. No, Democrats are saying if they convict him, they're saying the ending of their shot for future office. They don't know how strong the patriots are, and I'll just call them patriots. They consist of many people. Some of us are not very calm. We're kind of on the crazy side, and we're unpredictable. And if you watch that movie, like I said, to watch V for Vendetta, the government should be afraid of their people and how the people put on those black gowns with the V mask. I should bring my V mask. I got one. But anyway, you put that on, and they stormed, their government building. Actually, it was sort of like an insurrection. They went past the guards, and they just surrounded it while that building blew up. Now, I'm not for arson or anything like that. But in the movie, it showed, consolidarity among the people. They were together. And that was scary for the government. People getting together like that. And right now, they're so scared in the Capitol. They got all these National Guards coming from all over the place. And then all of a sudden, one of them had a thought. What if those are the people in the black robes with the V mask? Well, what if they infiltrated us to the National Guard? So I think they were given some kind of some kind of test to see if they were loyal to Biden or not, or the czar. And they were doing that. They are so scared. They made themselves a cage, And like a bunch of animals stuck inside this cage. They made this tall fencing around the Capitol, and now they're like animals. And people are walking outside of the fence, and look, Mommy, look at the zoo animals, Mommy. Yeah, I know, they run our country. The zoo animals run our country, Mommy? Yeah, they do. I'm sorry to say they're like a bunch of monkeys, but, it's fun. You throw them bananas, you pay your taxes and stuff, and watch them. They'll do some tricks. They'll do some hoops. And they'll be blessed if they'll ever be able to come out of that fenced fortress that they're in. How scared they must be, to go out to eat in a public place. They just don't know. Who are the ones with the V mask? Who are they? Who are the QAnon people? That's what they're really scared of. They're really scared of those people. They just don't give it up. They're on the crazy side. And I think we're all could be on the crazy side if you don't know Jesus Christ. Let me put that in. Okay, this is a paid advertisement for Jesus Christ. He is the V. V for victory. Can you see the V? He is V for victory. Not V for vendetta, although he'll settle all the vendettas. But anyway, he's a revengeful God, and I'd be fearful of him. But anyway, V for victory because Jesus rose from the dead. Jesus, J-E-S-U-S. 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 Doesn't that have a good sound, don't it? Huh? Jesus, just to trust in him. And, nobody pays for this advertising. He says free. Come unto me, all ye that are weary and heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Come. Open the door, and I'll come in, and we'll sup together. We'll have a good time. Just open the door. Ask him, Jesus, come into my life. Come in. Come in, please, Jesus, come in. It don't take much urging. He'll say, I heard your cry. Let's sup together. Let's have a good time. And you'll learn from him. You'll learn to go a different way than that of the world. Okay, enough of the advertising for God. Well, there's never enough advertising for God, is there? And his message is free. And I could go on, but I won't. But anyway, convict Trump or face dire democracy damage. I don't know what that's about, but if you do convict Trump, you are going to face dire democracy damage. You just don't know how many people are out there. We had this supercomputer, I believe, and we had this, the thing about the supercomputer is that you can't really say the election was stolen by people. I think it was stolen by AI. So you can't really say, I'm sure there was some meddling going on by people, but it was computer programming, and it just siphoned away the votes from Trump and went to another man. And did you like my theory, though, that Trump did it just to show us all, or maybe God did it, just to show us all what it's like, again, to be under democratic, those Democrats, be under their thumbs and see what it's like when they take away your gas vehicle and they say, well, you got money, you better have money to buy your electric car. When they take away your guns are used for sporting. They just take it away. They come in, or they make so many regulations. Trump was doing away with regulation, but they're making regulations. You're going to have so many regulations, so many hoops you're going to go through. You're going to say, maybe getting a rifle or a gun's not worth it. Well, I'm here to tell you that God can be your protection. If you can't afford or you can't get yourself a weapon, just trust in Jesus. I do. He's all you need. The V, I'm still on that. That was a good movie. He said, you can't kill thoughts or ideas. He said that to Mr. Creeley, I think it was, while his hands was around his throat. Now, I'm not for violence. Now, don't get me wrong, but he's right about that. Guns can't protect you, but nobody, they're afraid not of your guns, but they're afraid of you and your ideas and your thoughts. They're afraid of you. That's why they have a big fence around the Capitol building. They're afraid of you, the unseen voter, the unseen American. They're afraid of you. Well, I think I said it about all. That sounded weird, didn't it? I think I said about enough for today. And I could tell you a story of a guy on the highway, and it's a true story. He plays games with people, and he'll cut in front of you, and he'll drive really super slow. Half the speed limit. And if you're going to work or something, you got to be there on time or something like that, you're going to want to pass them. So you get on, it's a 2-lane highway, and you get on the road the other side of him, and you put on the gas, you want to get past. You know the 2 lanes going to go into 1 lane, so you're really putting on the gas, and then he puts on his gas. And pretty soon, he's got a faster car than you do, and he's blocking your way to get around him. So then you put on your brakes, and you go back behind him, and he goes slow again. That's a game that he's playing. The game like that, you play games like that, somebody's bound to shoot him someday. I'm not advocating it, but some crazy person's going to pull out a gun, and they're going to shoot that guy on the highway, and he's going to be dead in his fancy, fast car. And that's what I believe the Democratic Party are doing. They're playing around with the American people, and someday, somebody crazy, some people, it could be a mass of people. And, I would just hate to live in a country you just don't know. You don't know who is out there in the dark. You just don't know. And God may just allow those crazy people to do you in. That's right, God, not me. I'm just a peaceful guy. I'm like a dove. And I love people. I want them to get saved. But I'm telling you, when you play games, you're playing games like this impeachment process. It's just a big game trying to impeach a former president, the one that you might love, the one you might respect. You're putting them on like a monkey trial, a bunch of monkeys, and some people may take offense to that. The crazy ones, I'd be scared. They're the ones that got into the Capitol building. So easy, it was easy for them, and they might have access to you somewhere, and I'd be very scared. Now, for me, I don't watch the impeachment trial. I try to, and I don't know. I get fixated on stuff. There's this one lawyer. When he bends his head, you see this big patch of baldness. I got nothing. I'm getting bald up there, but that's all I get to see. And then I start thinking, is that really baldness? Or maybe he's wearing a cap like a Jewish man. They wear these little caps on their heads. Maybe that's what it is, but no, I think it was baldness. And why don't they get the Tom Cruise-like people, beautiful people from Hollywood to do it? They're saying a bunch of garbage. And you could get an actor just to do a good job. Just get a couple of actors in there on both sides. This is just, who would spend their time? Do you believe like some of the networks are carrying the impeachment trial? And, the Capitol building, what did they do? They got the cameras up here, up above their heads. You can see their baldness. That's crazy, isn't it? Why don't they have good lighting? If they're going to be some kind of Hollywood production, have something like that. Well, anyway, here I am, going on and on again. I just want to say, thumbs up to you today. You don't have to give me a thumbs up because most people are just like this. They're undecided. We don't want to give them a thumbs up. Some are scared. Oh, if I give him a thumbs up, the government might be coming after me. They got accounts that, they don't even put their name in. It's just some kind of letter. They're scared. But you shouldn't be scared. In this day and age, you should be bold and strong. If you're weak, timid, and afraid, start working out. Get strong, and nobody's going to mess with you. No. And if the government comes to you, get strong spiritually so you can be, if you got to die for Jesus Christ, you can do it. But don't die for Trump. Don't die for some political figure. Make sure Jesus is on your lips. Jesus. And make sure you quote some scripture. Learn some scripture. For God so loved the world that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. But he that believeth not shall be damned. This is Larry Zorro. Take care. I'm giving you a thumbs up. And that'll really shock the algorithms. What? He can't do that. They're supposed to give him a thumbs up. Yeah, it's not the other way around. Hey, see you later. Bye.